Good morning, all of you, and a very warm welcome. Today, we continue our poetic journey through Wordsworth's Lucy poems. With one of the most tender and melancholic pieces, she dwelt among the untrodden ways. This short yet profoundly emotional poem captures the quiet beauty, simplicity, and sorrow surrounding an unknown girl named Lucy. In just three stanzas, Wordsworth offers us a powerful meditation on obscurity, unnoticed beauty, and imperishable loss, all set against the serene backdrop of nature. Through this lecture, we will explore the poem's background, we will understand its themes, and go line by line into imagery, emotion, and romantic ideals Wordsworth so beautifully conveys. Right? So keep your hearts open and your minds ready. Let's step into the untrodden ways and rediscover what makes Lucy unforgettable in her silence. So let's begin. So first of all, let's talk about the background of the poem. The poem She Dwelled Among the Untrodden Ways is one of the most well-known poems from Wordsworth Lucy poems, right? Lucy poem series. It's a Lucy poem series. It's a group of five poems written in 1798 to 1801, right? And these poems revolve around a mysterious and fictional young woman, Lucy, who is believed to embody idealized beauty, innocence, and simplicity, and all deeply connected with the natural world. So Wordsworth wrote this poem during the first phase of the Romantic era. It was a time when poets were turning away from the artificiality of neoclassical tradition and they were embracing emotion, nature, rural life, and personal reflection. So Wordsworth composed this poem, during, or we can say shortly after his stay in Germany in the period of 1798 to 1799. So, when he was emotionally distant from his home in England and separated from his friends and family, so it is believed that during this time he turned inward, reflecting on loss, solitude, and the spiritual power of nature. So, Lucy poems, especially this one, grew out of those feelings. So, though Lucy's identity has never been confirmed, many scholars interpret her as either a symbolic figure representing nature and purity, or maybe possibly inspired by Wordsworth's own sister Dorothy. तो Lucy हो सकता है उसकी खुद की बहन पर बेस्ड हो ये करेक्टर, या वैसे ही कोई symbolic figure हो which presents nature and purity. So, to whom, with both of them, to the nature and to his sister, he was very close. He was very connected. So, in just three simple stanzas, the poem presents life, death, and lasting emotional impact of Lucy. Lucy is a girl who lived in obscurity, uncelebrated and unseen by the world, right? But to the speaker, presumably it's Wordsworth. So her death leaves a deep and permanent sorrow. हमने जो previous poem पढ़ी थी, जो कल पढ़ी थी हमने, नाम क्या था poem का? Yes, she grew three years she grew. So basically उस poem में उसकी death हो जाती है. So this is a permanent sorrow. So the poem celebrates quite unrecognized beauty while also lamenting the loneliness and indifference of the world towards such souls. So this poem is a fine example of romantic poetry, which focus on the individual, the sublime in the ordinary, and the emotional power of loss and the spiritual presence of nature. So this poem is a perfect representation of Wordsworth's belief in the value of humble and unnoticed and the moral emotional richness of solitude. And the idea that true beauty doesn't need applause, so it's eternal in memory and feeling, right? So let's begin the poem line by line. The first stanza: she dwelt among the untrodden ways. So she means Lucy. She lived in isolated, quiet rural area that was rarely visited by others. So the word untrodden, इसका मतलब होता है unfrequented or not walked upon. So it's a symbol of Lucy's secluded life, isolated, जहाँ पे लोग नहीं जाते ज़्यादा. ठीक है, तो शी dwelled among the untrodden ways, it means she lived in isolated, quiet and rural area that was rarely visited by other people, right? Beside the springs of Dove, so this line refers to a peaceful natural location, possibly the river Dove. ये जो Dove है ये river का नाम है, in the north part of England. It anchors Lucy in a pastoral setting and close to nature, right? A maid whom there were none to praise and very few to love. So Lucy is introduced as a humble and unknown girl, a maid, right? Unknown, unnoticed by society, and the lack of praise, there were none to praise, तो उसे किसी ने praise नहीं किया. So the lack of praise or affection highlights her obscurity and simplicity, एंड येट ऑल्सो हिंट्स एट हर प्योरिटी, क्योंकि किसी ने कभी उसे प्रेज नहीं किया, तो किसी ने कभी उसे कोई कॉन्टेक्ट नहीं किया, तो वो काफ़ी प्योर है, उसे सोसाइटी ने करप्ट नहीं किया है, राइट? सो इन दिस फर्स्ट स्टेंजा वर्ड्सवर्थ वैल्यूज unnoticed beauty and innocence, and he shows that those who live in solitude still possesses great emotional significance, right? ऐसा होता भी है हमारे देश में भी, इंडिया में भी, जितने भी जगह हैं जहाँ पर लोग ज़्यादा नहीं जाते हैं, वो खूबसूरत है, लेकिन जब उन लोगों को उनके बारे में पता चल जाता है तो वो चीज़ फिर उसकी जो ब्यूटी है वो ख़त्म हो जाती है, क्योंकि जो उसकी ब्यूटी थी वो पीस में थी, वो सॉलिट्यूड में थी. अब तो वो नहीं रही है. जैसे आजकल यूट्यूबर्स कहीं कहीं पहुंच जाते हैं, उस जगह को फेमस कर देते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं वो उस जगह की ब्यूटी के साथ खिलवाड़ भी कर देते हैं. उस जगह के बारे में बता देते हैं, लोगों को लोकेशन बता देते हैं, कैसे जाना है कैसे पहुंचना है सब बता देते हैं, और जो ब्यूटी थी उस जगह की, पीस में शांति थी वहाँ पर, और अननोटिस्ड अनटच्ड ब्यूटी जो थी वो ख़त्म हो गई. तो बिल्कुल ऐसी एक जगह है जहाँ पर ये रहती है, वो जगह अननोटिस है, किसी ने उसको प्रेज़ नहीं किया, लूसी को किसी ने प्रेज़ नहीं किया, इसलिए वो अभी भी प्योर है, इनोसेंट है, अनटच्ड है, राइट? इन स्टेंजा 2, a violet by mossy stone. So Lucy is compared to a wild violet, a flower. एक फ्लावर है जो कि वाइल्ड वॉयलेट कलर का है. वाइल्ड वॉयलेट एक फ्लावर है बेसिकली. सो ल्यूसी इज कंपेयर टू अ वाइल्ड वॉयलेट, एंड दिस इज़ अ फ्लावर एक्चुअली दैट ब्लूम्स ब्यूटिफुली बट क्वाइटली एंड ऑफन सीन. तो वो जो फ्लावर है ना वो भी काफ़ी सुंदर है, बट वो शांति में खिलता है, ब्लूम करता है, और अक्सर अनसीन ही रह जाता है, इसलिए शायद वो सुंदर है. एंड मॉसी स्टोन represents the roughness of the world around her, right? Half hidden from the eye. So this line reinforces the idea of her unnoticed life. Because of the unnoticed life, she remains beautiful, but she is veiled in obscurity, right? Fair as a star when only one is shining in the sky, right? So Lucy's beauty is compared to solitary star, like she is fair as a star. ठीक है, she is rare like a solitary star in the night sky. She is striking, she is lonely, and this elevates her spiritual and aesthetic grace. और इसी वजह से वो aesthetic है, spiritual है, वो graceful है वो. So this stanza celebrates natural beauty, solitude, and radiance of simplicity, right? Now third and the last stanza, she lived unknown and few could know when Lucy ceased to be. So Lucy की जो life है और जो उसकी death है, it both life and death both went unnoticed by the world, क्योंकि वो unknown रही और ऐसे ही वो मर गई when Lucy ceased to be. So Lucy's life and death both went unnoticed by the world, and she lived quietly, she died quietly. Like she died quietly just as she lived. Okay? So these final line, but she is in her grave, and oh, the difference to me. These two final lines shifts to a personal grief. अब यहाँ पर वर्ड्सवर्थ का personal grief है. Though Lucy was insignificant, right? She was insignificant to the world, and her death causes profound sorrow for the speaker, right? So the emotional weight of her absence is deeply personal and painful, right? So this stanza portrays grief, personal loss, and the idea that even uncelebrated life can mean the world to someone. So this poem यहीं तक थी. ये 3 स्टेंजा, इसमें बहुत छोटी पोएम है ये. So this short, poignant poem reflects the Wordsworth's romantic ideals and reverence for nature, individual emotions, and the quiet dignity of the ordinary. Lucy, though unknown to the world, lives on in memory and emotion. It's a lasting part of speaker's inner life, right? Though she dwelt among the untrodden ways, maybe in grief in length, right? Its emotional power and philosophical depth are truly immense. In just a few stanzas, Wordsworth captures the essence of love, loss, and quiet dignity of a life lived away from the world's gaze. So, this poem is a shining example of how even the smallest verses can carry the weight of universal human experience of solitude, unnoticed beauty, and personal grief. And it reminds us that what the world overlooks may still be infinitely meaningful to the heart. So, as we close today's discussion, I encourage you to reflect on the poem's quiet strength and its celebration of simplicity and emotion, both central to romantic poetry and Wordsworth legacy. So, that's all about this poem. But in our next class, we will begin the powerful and deeply human poem Michael, a pastoral poem. It's a longer, more narrative driven piece filled with themes of family, sacrifice, rural life, and moral dignity of labor. Right? So, till then, keep reading, keep reflecting, and let the poetry continue to shape the way you see the world. Thank you.